Yesterday I uploaded a crazy calisthenics push workout on Instagram. Check it here. We have full planche push-ups, quite insane, and then backing off to straddle planche push-ups for higher reps, not too bad either. Finishing off with ring handstand push-ups and ring push-ups with ring turnout at the top. This workout is relevant to almost nobody. I understand that. I am fully aware of the situation. You are unlikely to perform this workout yourself. That's not the point of this video and yesterday's Instagram post. I want to give you today in this video a workout strategy, approach, or workout structure, how you can program for yourself, exactly using my ideas of strength, skill, and size, because I didn't want to sacrifice any of them. Coming from a strength, you can call it barbell background, doing some CrossFit, some weightlifting, some powerlifting. But then in 2016, moving on to calisthenics and developing an insane body awareness, recreationally doing at 25 years old, things that I didn't really imagine that possible, especially by me. I was afraid of kicking up and being upside down, just like a lot of people are, and that's totally fine. I still coach here in this exact gym. I have one-on-one online classes, and I have guys that can push relatively high, big, impressive numbers overhead press, but they can kick up to a wall to do one wall-assisted handstand push-up with their body weight. So I wouldn't say it's functional to do a handstand push-up because you don't really get to do it on a daily basis. Certainly not at your common office job. But there's something quite off about it. I didn't want to sacrifice either the bodyweight strength and skill that opened my perspective, but neither the just simply being jacked, having some muscle mass, which I think that can be beneficial to a certain degree in bodyweight strength in skill training. So you can call it concurrent training or conjugate approach. You can learn how to use the same strategy to your workouts. That's one thing. The second thing is I will give you today progressions for every exercise in this calisthenics push workout I uploaded on Instagram, starting from full planche push-ups, how can we regress that, how it might look for a 220 pounds male who is quite big, somewhat jacked, somewhat little kind of fat, definitely active, want to get strong, and also probably wants to incorporate some bodyweight movements. Because if you are following this channel, you are unlikely to be the regular bodyweight purist, right? You want to be big and jacked, but also somewhat skilled and strong. We know certainly that there are stronger, more skilled bodyweight gymnasts, competitors, and calisthenic athletes than me. I am humble and honest. And there are certainly bigger and more jacked and strong barbell purist CrossFit powerlifters and weightlifters, right? So I'm neither. I'm some combination of all. And if you're watching this video, you might be somewhere in that scale as well. So let's start. We have planche push-ups. I am not expecting planche push-ups. If you can do planche push-ups, you're a sicko. But we can start doing planche push-ups, starting all the way from, I'm going full grandma mode here, but honestly, those are great exercises. So we can start with just push-ups, but let's do it right. Let's have a decent hollow body, so not sagging hips, boom, contract the abs and the glutes, protract your shoulder blades, go forward, boom, and protract the shoulder blades at the top. You see, this gets eventually to planche push-ups. I didn't think I will any day, sometime in the future, do full planche push-ups. No one does. You are supposed to start and progressively overload, and you might eventually get there. So start. That eventually gets to planche push-ups, believe it or not. Now, if you have that 220-pound male, or definitely if you're an average size male or height, then you can try dips and ring dips. Okay, what we do about ring dips is we start with ring turn out at the top. See the shape that I have, this depressed shoulders and round upper body shape, locked elbows and thumbs turned out. This is a very, very unique gymnastics posture. Then I go down, full stretch, controlled, up, press, rotate out. Now, you might shake at first, but also you might feel a lot of tension in the elbows. Gymnasts have quite a unique characteristic to their strength training that is called straight arm strength, or in short, SAS. It's basically doing insane feats of strength with your arms stretched in multiple directions. Now, this is not unique to gymnasts. Most commonly performed by gymnasts, but also old school lifters used to perform an exercise called dumbbell crucifix, where you high and hold dumbbells with stretched arms out as heavy as possible, as you can hold it with horizontal arms to the floor. So this is not unique to gymnasts, but you wouldn't really see it in a common gym. You know what I mean? So that stress that you felt, that's a lot of tendons, bicep tendons, joint resilience being built. Think about a regular dip, right? Or even a regular push-up. It is hard here, around mid-range, right? It is not as hard at the top. If you can cross this part, you will most likely lock the elbows, correct? In a ring dips, this is hard, but also this is hard, and this is hard, and this is hard. So that's constant tension. And it's even harder to completely lock out at the top as it is to do the bottom portion when you're stretched. Constant tension, strength throughout the whole range of motion, even at the top. Where in irregular dips, just holding here, that's the rest interval. That's the rest position. Now, loading with similar muscle groups, right? We did the ring dips. We have the chest, the anterior delt, triceps, we have biceps. That's similar, and the locked arms at the top, that's the same kind of push that you will have when you are trying to do a planche push-ups, okay? No warm-up, excuse me, and I'm fatigued from yesterday. Similar kind of strength. Very hard to lock out. You feel the elbows, that's straight arm strength. That's fine as long as you gradually expose yourself, as you only do something that you can replicate on a workout basis, and not try to shoot too fast, too hard, too heavy, too forward, too soon. Okay? So, joint preparation, general warm-up, 10 minutes. I like to loosen up all joints, full body mobility routine. You can check out Tom Merrick, the Bodyweight Warrior. Kind of cool guy. I've been watching Tom for a while. If you're watching Tom, you're a top guy. He has cool routines that you can follow. Just do a 10-minute, 5-minute full body mobility routine, and then do some scapula stabilization exercises, protraction, retraction, or basic calisthenics like bodyweight rows, push-ups, and air squats to warm up the body. You're good to go, and you can do these protracted push-ups. If it's easy, you can lean forward more. Do it like that. Boom, finish with protraction. And then you can do the same with rings, okay? Rings are harder. You will work that pushing, that straight arm strength. Fantastic. Now the whole structure of the workout is to take something that is very, very difficult, that you can only do for about 1 or 2 reps, and then something that is using similar muscle groups, moderate rep range, about 6 to 8, and then finishing off with high reps. Simple, basic, a more stable exercise, usually some sort of an accessory or hypertrophy so-called exercise. So for instance, on rings, we are hanging, right, in the air. So it is less stable, and we use the rings which are unstable to begin with. So maybe not as ideal for hypertrophy, scientists would say, because of the instability. At the end of the workout, you are fatigued, and you want to build the muscle groups that are necessary in full planche push-ups, etc. You can use a more stable exercise where the feet are on the ground. You can just focus on exerting as much force as possible and finishing up with high rep, something like ring push-ups, regular push-ups, parallel bar dips, or even if you just want to mix at this stage and you are not ready to give up dumbbells or barbells entirely, then finish with high rep, dumbbell, bench, overhead press. Again, try to support similar muscle group, and now I'm hitting a different rep range so you can combine both. If you're even stronger, let's try the tuck push-ups, okay? Then I'm tucking the knees to the chest, going down, pressing up, tuck push-ups, working straight arm, full range of motion. This is great. And the more you stretch your legs back, the harder it gets. So this is fine. This is a little bit harder. This is harder. And you see the point. Skill, and then strength, and then accessories or basic. We have a lot of different names to that same idea. Now, we can use this in any way we want. Let's use a different exercise. Let's say you want to improve your handstand push-up. Good. General warm-up, loosening up, right? The bodyweight warrior mobility routine, whatnot. Some joint preparation, Ido Portal, old school stuff. We're using rubber bands, resistance bands, scapula, rotator cuff work, gymnastics, body style of warm-ups. And then let's practice some handstand push-up. So you might start the session with trying to balance a few handstands. If you can, that's cool. If you can't balance a handstand yet, then it's better yet that you go to the wall and do some chest to wall holds. Okay? Just practice that. As you get better, try to pull away from the wall and catch a handstand. Go back. Repeat. Stick the legs, go back, repeat. Great. That's the first part of it. Freestanding handstand push-up. Working on the handstand. If you have a handstand, good. Start practicing on, let's say, handstand push-up, eccentrics, just the descent. Pause. Nice. Go down. But that's limited still by balance. That's the high intensity, the low repetition work, the singles, the doubles. We can still exert and build a lot of strength in that pattern. So once we finish that, oh my God, let's go to the wall and do some high quality chest to wall handstand push-ups here. Okay? Bang. Because when we're doing handstand, we can't balance ourselves yet, not as efficiently. We can't produce as much force as we can using the assistance of the wall, which is our friend. Now, when you finish that, you can do high rep, the end, off, dumbbell. So now this is great for one reason, because for the first time in this example, we're actually training one at a time. Not at a time, but somewhat unilaterally. So if my weak hand significantly weaker, I will be limited by that, hopefully decreasing the gap, discrepancy between limbs. right? We can even go a bit further in the isolation mode and doing some tricep at this stage, dumbbell and external rotation. So I'm thinking about muscle groups that are working in this goal that I have, handstand push-ups, and I'm trying to start with the skill, then moving on to the same pattern, but a moderate rep range, where I can produce a lot of force, handstand push-up on the wall, and then I'm trying to isolate the patterns, the muscle groups, right? Shoulder external rotations, okay? High rep training, then triceps. Most of my workouts look like this. Now, not only am I fucking enjoying these workouts, that's how I love to train. Actually, most people do. Even if you're a calisthenics die-hard fan, man, let me tell you, I've seen enough. In 5 or 10 years from now, you are highly likely to go into the gym and mix some weights. If you don't believe me, look at Stipke, I am Stipke, or whatever it is called, and Andrea La Rosa, so legends of the bodyweight, once purists, now combining weights. Why? Because it makes sense. It's a sensible approach. If you love calisthenics, you probably fell in love with strength training and empowering yourself, making yourself better, the journey, the discipline, and you will find very similar things in other strength realms, such as weightlifting, powerlifting, strongman, and other strength worlds. Even arm wrestling, you see, who is that? Ian Barsigel doing arm wrestling now. Why? Because expression of strength and competition, that's something. A lot of people, that's why they started calisthenics for. So don't bash weight training yet. You might just do it yourself in 5 or 10 years time. Be open to the idea. This is how I train. I enjoy this way of training. I do skill, okay, where I learn cool stuff. I learn cool movements. I do crazy flips and shit on ring. And I was scared of being upside down. Now I teach people how to be upside down and get strong. A combination of skill and strength and size. You won't be the best at neither of them. I'm not as big as a bodybuilder. I'm not as strong as a powerlifter. I'm not as skilled as a gymnast. But I'm quite cool. Said no one cool ever. Combination of all. Right? And that's not because I developed a new method. That's how I love to train. And also, I saw quite good progress doing so. I think that I'm relatively strong, especially for my weight doing bodyweight stuff. So I think that it works as well. And we have a lot of people as testimonials to show for it. Skill training after a good mobility routine and joint preparation, which is a unique part of gymnastics. Some people say, haters say, man, if you want to just move the band around for 10 minutes, waste your time, go at it. I will say, we will meet in 10 years from now, okay? And we'll see who's the one who's talking. Chinese national gymnastics team have a 1-hour warm-up starting with actual aerobically warming up, running around, doing some jogging and stretching and sort of circuits. And then they do joint preparation and mobility for the lower body, insane mobility. And the serious Chinese gymnasts, they come 1 hour before the 1-hour warm-up to warm up. So maybe you don't want to be at top level and you're not curious enough about where you can take your body. That's fine. That's fine. It's your choice. But don't tell me that they are missing out on something when they are winning gold medal at the Olympics and you're quite mediocre compared to them at the gymnastic stuff. So maybe they know a thing or two, and maybe if you're just humble enough, maybe you understand that if your methods would have worked at a very high level, the Chinese national team would have trained similarly to you, but they don't. They still warm up. And then you do the skill portion. Let's say about 20 minutes, freestanding handstand push-up, or just balancing on the wall. And then you go into the strength part. This is the handstand push-ups. This is the one-arm chin-ups. This is the tuck planche push-ups. All right? This is the ring dips. And then you go into the bodybuilding mindset. How can I work all of these different muscle groups that are trained in these patterns? Let's try triceps. Let's try loo raiser, right? Let's use exercises from all disciplines. Let's try bicep curls. Let's try parallel bar dips. Okay, let's just get strong with very stable exercises over long ranges of motion with a good stretch, stuff that's beneficial for hypertrophy in general. I hope that I helped for the average male size, being a bodyweight enthusiast, getting his bodyweight strength, skill, muscle, jacked, leaner, fit goals, and also the bigger 220-pound athlete, 6 foot something tall, that might be interested in trying some bodyweight movements. See you next time.